Peace and cannabis, everyone. I hope you all are having a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday. It's lovely, sunny, 80 degrees in the Bronx. I am waiting for our special guest, Dr. Lynn Parodneck, to come on. As you know, the podcast is sponsored by Produce 420. And just give me a second and let me answer this.
Okay, I need your microphone.
You actually sound great. Do you hear me?
I can hear you great.
Awesome. Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, I'm so glad you made it. I really am. I know my communication has been somewhat awful. I was going through, we'll talk about it too. I want to open up and let people know what's going on, especially with me and mental health. I think it's important that we all share our experiences so we can relate better.
Yes.
I am Papa Dukes of the OG Social Network Podcast. Welcome, everyone. The podcast is sponsored by Produce 420, Myers Security, New York City Cannabis Exchange, Green Spectrums, Gordy's Goodies, and my friend Sohan Bashar from Silk Road. Thank you so much, everyone. I am here with Dr. Lynn Parodneck. She specializes in and provides medical cannabis certifications and patient care in New York and Connecticut. You can find her website at drlynnparodneck.com. And I was going over everything, but I'm going to let you get into who you are, what you're about, and bring your camera down just a little bit so we can get a nice. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, you were just okay.
All right.
You are allowed to smoke your cannabis, your medicine, if you like, or do whatever. You are in the comfort and relaxation of your own space. It's safe. Dr. Lynn, please tell us who you are, what you're about, and where are we going with cannabis and health and wellness?
Okay, so I'm an MD, American born, American trained. I attended New York Medical College, did my residency in obstetrics and gynecology, had a private practice. The hospital I was affiliated with, St. Vincent's, was closed in 2010.
I remember. Yeah.
And that was pretty traumatic. So we got a call on Tuesday, your cases for Friday are canceled. I'm like, okay, what about next week? There was no next week. The hospital was sealed shut. If your stuff was in a locker, too bad. So then I had a lot of family tragedy. My parents were killed by a car after visiting the new Yankee Stadium in 2011. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2012, did my little gerbil wheel, and I'm absolutely fine now. But kept looking at what would I want to do next? And in 2016, the medical dispensaries opened in New York. I contacted a few. Vireo was the only one that answered. And I took a little tour with Stephen Dammer and felt like maybe I want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And then 9 years later, here I am. It
Excellent.
has been an amazing, amazing trajectory. I started off by handing out little business cards at the local coffee shop. Then I get phone calls, and then people from the coffee shop would appear at my house. I live on a 200-year-old farm in Bedford in an old carriage house. So it's a lot of green. I have my dogs running around. If the weather is good, we do consults outside. And my thing is about providing quality healthcare, community type situation.
Okay.
So I see people from all over the state. I see people from Connecticut, but I have a very homey approach to it all. I like dealing with people in person and really helping them navigate this space. So my consults last, first one is usually about an hour. My longest has been 3.5, where I identified PTSD in a guy who had no clue he had PTSD. He thought that was just for veterans. We're able to get him housing because he didn't have any. So my job is being a doctor, but also being involved with my patients, understanding who they are, where they're from, what their issues are, and looking at how cannabis can help them. I do hospice. I've had some really amazing adventures in that world.
Right.
Do senior care, dementia patients do very well with cannabis. I take care of kids, kids with cancer, kids with autism. I've also helped people get off their psychiatric meds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what I knew you'd want to.
Yeah, I want to hear that. Yeah.
So my family has a lot of bipolar disease. My mother was bipolar. Her mother was bipolar. Growing up, we used to visit my grandmother at Pilgrim State Hospital every 6th Sunday, where the residents would walk around in pajamas, mismatched shoes, beg us for money for the ice cream machine and the candy machine. And this was a cycle growing up. Every 6th Sunday, we go see Grandma Sarah at the hospital. So I have grown up not understanding, but exposed to a lot of psychiatric issues. When I was a kid at camp, we used to volunteer at Harlem Valley State Hospital once a week. When I was in college, I was a residential counselor at a halfway house for schizophrenic women. And there I realized that psychiatrists would read the chart and determine what meds a patient would be on without ever seeing them. So
there was no, it sounds like it was just no connection, no personal connection between the patient and the therapist, right?
The psychiatrist was meds management only. They would read a chart and change medications for patients based on the chart, which I thought was pretty gross.
Yeah.
So I decided, you know what? To hell with this PhD in psychology I was thinking about. I'm going to go to medical school so I can make the diagnosis, evaluation, and titrate medications. Because a lot of these people I would see ended up being zombies. And that I didn't think was fair.
Right.
So one of the things I do in my practice, I have a lot of patients with anxiety and depression. So we work with specific cannabinoids depending on what's going on with them. And then I had a woman who was court mandated to be on Seroquel and Lamictal.
What is that? That sounds like something for a horse or something. What the hell?
Major psych meds.
Right.
And her psychiatrist basically said, okay, the court says it's no longer mandated. You probably don't need them, but it's too painful to come off them. So you're going to stay on them, without really offering her any choices. She saw me on a podcast, Katona Study Group, which is different allied medical services. She was the first one to make an appointment for the next day. She just really wanted to get in, came in, told me her story. And I said, look, I can't promise. You're my first psych med titration, but let's try working with a compounding pharmacy and subbing in cannabinoids. So we would decrease the psych meds by about 15% a month. and played with different cannabinoids depending on her mood, affect.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
after a full year, she never had one zap or ping. And she has the best job in her life. She's a school teacher, teaches arts, and is having the time of her life.
That's what I'm talking about.
Since she's come off the psych med, she can function sexually. She has a really great boyfriend situation going on, where on the psych med, she just felt very blunted and was not interested in sex at all.
Right.
So now that her libido has come back, she has this full interest in life. And that makes me really proud because it gets back to my background in OBGYN and that we have these bodies, which are amazing. It's our job to make the most out of it, the most out of the time we're here, and to feel good. And cannabis for her is the ticket. She's has the highest salary she's ever had and has never been happier in her life. She would be welcome. She would love to come talk and do a segment with you if you would like.
Oh yeah. I'm so open to having anyone on. I think our country needs to start unifying. Right? We have too many divisions. We have too many. I want everyone on the podcast that can help bring a message that is positive, and you never know who you're helping. That conversation, you know what I mean? For me, I suffer from seasonal depression.
Okay.
So if it, wasn't for my roommates who came last year, I can guarantee you, we wouldn't have met or talked. Because I stay in this bedroom.
You stay in the hole.
Right.
I actually, when I had my breast cancer treatment, I was put on tamoxifen and went into like a 13-day of insomnia, agoraphobia, just miserable individual that I was. I went to see my oncologist. They gave me Ambien and Xanax. I just flushed everything down the toilet and said, I can't play this game.
Right.
Fortunately, I have no residual disease. It was diagnosed very early. Not everybody can afford that luxury. But for me, it was a game changer just to say, no, thank you. This is not where I want to be. And I can't function like this.
Right.
So now I personally work with cannabis as a little bit of a mood elevator is needed. I do not drive. I do not work. But at the end of the day, it's a nice way to transition.
To transition.
Yes. And it's a very nice social lubricant. I don't drink hard alcohol. I'll have one glass of wine.
Same here.
And when I go to events, I don't smoke because I'm usually driving and I need to, be who I am. When I get home, it's my business.
Right. You keep it at home.
Yeah.
I'm the same way in many ways. I don't drive. When I do, I've already smoked, but I'm not smoking and driving.
Gotcha.
Understand?
Yes.
And I've driven too long and understand, just enjoy
what you can handle.
Right. Enjoy the scenery.
Right.
I don't smoke around my grandson. I keep everything separate. But when I'm by myself, it's literally a smoke box in here. Okay. And I love it.
It makes you happy, gives you energy. You can also titrate your flow, like on a big snow day where you can't leave the house. I can't think of a nicer way to spend the day. Starting off with a little sativa, reading a bit, then we get into a hybrid, and then.
Well, what other services do you offer? I mean,
I'm a cannabis-only practitioner. So patients come to me. I work with them for a full year. I see that I charge them a fee, and I'm available to them for the whole year. I don't want to sit around and do billing all the time. I'm a one-man band. So I answer my phone, do my bookings. If I mess up, it's my fault.
Right.
But I work with patients. I have people who come back and just like to talk. So it depends on the patient and what their needs are. I have some people I've gotten very involved with. I had a quadriplegic patient in Yorktown Heights. And from him, I learned a ton. The man could not scratch his nose if he had an itch. And he called me once. He was hospitalized at Columbia Hospital in Cortland Manor, New York. They confiscated his vape pen. And we spent a lot of time getting him off opioids. So he called me, please come. I can't take it here. I get there. I'm like, Jason, what's going on? He said to me, quote, they just think I'm another nigger drug addict, unquote. My answer to Jason was, look, you're born in the Dominican Republic. We spent 6 months getting you off opioids. So your job is to take your antibiotics and get the hell out of here. He went home. He ended up being on hospice care. When he had his hospice interview, I had to go meet the director. They're running 10 minutes late. And I'm like, what's going on? Excuse me. Let me just.
No, don't worry about it. Take care of it. It's all good.
Okay. All right.
So we'll take a moment to just give her a break to go take care of her pets. And remember, go out this Silk Road at 166-30 Jamaica Avenue. Sohan and his bud tenders are there to take care of you. Love to just get back to our client. That's a beautiful place. That's a beautiful place.
Well, you're welcome to join me sometime. Come up.
Oh, I'm going. All right. Let me tell you something. Well, first off, my interviews we're developing a bond and friendship, and I will be calling you, sister. Hey, talk to me because I need some help. But I'm okay. But I'm going to Hudson tomorrow to interview the mayor of Hudson. Then I'm heading over to Rochester for the first time ever to the Canicon.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, and you're in Bedford.
Right. So
right?
Yes, I'm actually on your way to Hudson.
Right. Yeah.
So you'll let me know if you're one way or the other if we're around. I'm here.
I'm always willing to come up and do on location as well.
Oh, that'd be great.
And I want to do a segment of the show of health and wellness featuring various professionals, practitioners, and to give them a platform. So,
which is great because New York really doesn't care about us anymore.
No.
But I'll finish Jason and then I'll tell you my feelings on that.
Yeah.
So it's like 10 minutes late. All these people are in the bathroom. I'm like, what could be going on? I peep in the door. Jason's naked on the toilet and they're interviewing him. So I go in with the sheet, put it around him, and the head of hospice says, oh, is that for thermal regulation? I said, no, this is what you call dignity. We need to be respectful to people. That was my answer to him. He looks at me like I'm crazy. Time is money, keeps looking at his watch, and he leaves, and we all crack up. Like, how more demeaning can that be, interviewing a patient naked on the toilet?
But how is he now?
He passed. He was quadriplegic for about 8 years, and he ended up really getting in, a lot of body falling apart stuff.
Right.
But the cannabis is really what kept him up here engaged and with people. And I would bring my dogs with me to visit him. He had 2 little service animals. So we'd go and have dog parties. He had a guy who took care of him who would do barbecues and, get him out, push the bed out on the porch. So they'd call me, oh, we're doing a barbecue, come on by. And it was really pretty magical to know this family in that way because it's a situation I never had really encountered. We figured out what would work for him. He knew what he liked. He was a good Bronx guy. And it was really amazing.
Yeah. Where were you born?
I was born in Minneapolis.
Minneapolis?
Yeah. Home of Prince.
I love it. Yeah, girl. I got to see him one time.
I have seen him so many times perform. And my kids, their first concert was seeing him in the Meadowlands.
What?
And it got even better than that. After the show, we went down and the guitar guy was putting away guitars. And they started asking questions. So he kept unpacking guitars to show them. And that was when he had that Habibi guitar.
Yes.
And then they gave them both picks that said Prince.
Oh, that's amazing. He left too soon.
Oh, my God. And then I spoke for Vireo in Minnesota and planned the day after the talk. I went out to Paisley Park for the tour.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
Never.
Oh, my God. It
Never.
is amazing. It was just his birthday, June 6th. And
Mhm.
every year they do a big
Yes.
rollout. One year I'm going though.
Yeah.
That's kind of on my bucket list.
My mom and everybody, I think Gen X on down just loves him. He is the man.
What's there
God
not
bless
to
him.
love?
Yeah, he
I
was.
mean,
I played Purple Rain, like that type of music, that type of albums, those type of albums. There are a lot of them, but his was like I played it constantly, constantly, constantly.
I
It
still
was
play that stuff constantly.
yeah. It's like
Um,
yeah.
there's a video that's out now. Play that funky music, White Boy.
Hmm.
It's amazing. And he's
Hmm.
wearing these flat boots. And all I can think of, if he wore those boots all the time, he wouldn't be dead. He wouldn't have had all that pain. And he's a Jehovah's Witness. If he had some weed in his life, it would have been easier.
Right, because he
Like
did his passing was due to
fentanyl
fent.
overdose.
Yeah, what the hell?
And he was supposed to go to rehab the next day. He
Oh
died in
wow!
his elevator.
So all he had to do was just smoke some weed,
Yeah.
and oh, I know there's a reel on to end it on that light note. There's a reel I saw. Well, not a reel, a meme that said Prince was the only man that could wear bangles and high heels and take your woman.
Absolutely. Yeah. That was Prince.
You know, um, your what's going to be going forward for you now? What will you be doing, and
Well,
how can people connect with you?
okay, I am still seeing patients. It's
Hmm.
really my first passion. But,
Hmm.
looking at what's going on in New York with medical is shrinking. So I'm
Hmm.
actually coming out with my own line of suppositories called
Mm.
Suppose you had no pain. Suppose you were nicely lubricated.
That
Suppose
is
you could
nice branding,
orgasm again.
right? I like that. That's great branding,
Yes, me too. So my box is ready. I'm doing my formulation is good.
right?
I'm very happy with that. I'm working with THCA, so you get
Hmm.
pain management without psychoactivity,
Hmm.
which in medicine that's the golden standard.
Hmm.
But I'm not even allowed to sell this in New York dispensaries. They will not permit suppositories. So I can
Why?
sell this. Ask New York. I
Mm.
can sell this at gas stations, hair salons. I
Oh,
can
okay.
ship it in the mail, but not at New York dispensaries.
Okay. All right. Well, that's
So-
still a great market. I mean, you
oh,
could still.
I have infertility surgeons who want it.
Oh, you're perfect. Yeah.
I have a group in Santa Monica who's like, when can you send me more?
Hmm.
I have pelvic dysfunction people who want it. It's also helpful for Crohn's, IBS, hemorrhoids. So there's a lot of uses. Sex prep, front door
Hmm.
for women.
And can they go online?
Not yet. They will
Not
be
yet.
able to shortly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I want you to definitely keep me posted on that one. Oh,
Looking to do a gel lube after,
right.
and then possibly pre rolls with sex strains that enhance specific aspects of sex.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
playing around with that now.
Yeah. I'm celibate, so I don't need that. I just need something to keep my brain going and be creative and do my thing in life as I've gotten older. So um, I'm I'm a hermit in a
I
city.
don't think so. You wear that blue suit. No hermit wears a blue suit.
Well, I'm a new type of hermit. I don't need to look like a hermit.
Oh, you're an incognito hermit.
Yeah, I'm an incognito hermit. I've uh, been through a lot
Okay.
since 2010, from the separation of my ex-wife and I, going through that, being homeless twice in 10 years.
Ooh.
Um, um, but my tenacity, my I know I bounce back.
Yeah. You're able
Right,
to. And
right. I'm
many
able.
people can't.
Yeah,
I
right.
actually got a call from a homeless guy in New York. And I'm like, I'm really sorry. I can't do anything for you because you don't have an address.
Right.
I told him, you get an address with a signed lease. I'll do your certification pro bono.
Right.
Within
Right.
a week, he had a place to live
That's beautiful.
and had his medical certification. And I checked out, he shops at dispensaries even. So, like, for me, that's magic.
Yeah.
If you can motivate somebody to that level, what could be better?
Yeah. And the energy just it exponentiates for me when you give back.
Yes.
For me, um, I'm setting up a network where I have reliable medical people with credentials and credibility, reliable finance people, reliable
Yeah.
legal, and so on and so on. Right. I will say um, I've had a lot of product in New York, and if you want to take a break real quick.
No, I'm just going to go outside. To hell with
Oh.
him. If you don't mind changing venues.
No, that's beautiful. Oh my God, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, you need to come visit.
Lose my mind. I love it out there. And I love doing lawn. So like if I come to visit,
Yes.
it's like when you want your lawn done.
Oh, no. They do that. They tell us.
I know that. I know. It's just I go to my friends' farms and they invite me, right?
And you take
say,
out the tractors?
Yo, they got the riding tractors. I got my blunt in my mouth, my iced tea, and I'm riding it around. I'm loving it, trimming the hedges, and I'm always guaranteed a fantastic food. Always, and great weed. So, but yeah, I was saying earlier, I suffer from seasonal depression.
Right.
So, turn your camera this way or walk that way. Some more. Yeah, because of the sun. We want to make sure the sun.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah. No worries. We want to get you, but having support in your life, because like you can't stay confined and in that darkness. So
it's a horrible place to be.
Yes,
it really, really is.
Yes,
and I think the incidence of seasonal depression is really much higher than the numbers reflect, because people don't talk about it. They just tend to, in the winter, stay home a little bit more. And then as February kicks in, you can see the rings around the eyes and the heads looking down. So it's out there. And cannabis can really make a difference.
Yeah. And a safe space to be able to be around people to share it with. I want to have a consumption lounge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you applying or?
Oh, I applied for a micro business license, right?
Did you get one?
No, I'm still in the queue.
Oh, okay.
Right. And if I can get it, doesn't matter. But the consumption lounge appeals to me more because I love hosting events and networking and bringing people together. And that's going to be the new bar.
Yes.
The new place to go.
And the best place is to have one next to a bar so people have their choice.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Yeah. And teach people. I think we've come a long way. Alcoholism was a scourge in the 30s. Well, from 1900s to up to the 70s, and then with AA and other programs, consumers began to be a lot more responsible in their drinking.
And also, there's the trend for Cali Sober. I have taken a number of people have come in basically drinking a bottle of vodka a day, would prefer not to. So I work with their internists. They go home with they get Valium, and we decrease steadily the alcohol and sub in cannabis. And I have a number of people that was really popular during COVID, because people did not want to go to rehab facilities because they're afraid they'd get COVID. So I was able to really come up with some interesting programs. One of them is the alcohol. Another thing I do is high school seniors. A number of psychiatrists send me high school seniors for harm reduction. kids who are basically out there buying a lot of crap. They come in with the parents. We have a meeting. The kid, high school senior, has to promise they will only use their vape pen like one night a week. The parent gives it to them in a restricted way. Once a week, that's it. No nonsense, or else they go out west to one of these rehab camps. And I've only had to have one kid go out to rehab camp.
Oh, wow.
But it's been, the psychiatrists are very open to it. What happened was one kid was just buying a lot of crap on the street. So that's how we got into this harm reduction program. I don't think most teenagers really need to be using cannabis. 21 is...
Well, isn't the brain
25, it still is.
Still developed, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So definitely.
Right. So my attitude is wait. But you know what it is with teenagers. You tell them no, they need 5 times as much as they thought they need. So by making this available, not a big whoop, they get to select like 3 strains. So they have a choice. They don't feel like, oh my God, it's only one thing. And the kids behave. Their parents are paying for everything, so they don't have to scrounge around for money, and they're guaranteed clean product. There was a kid up here who died February 14, 2021 from cannabis laced with fentanyl. The family decided it was the weed that killed him, and so they've donated a lot of money to DARE. And they've never really thought about, maybe it was the fentanyl.
Right.
And I think that's a really, really important tidbit to point out with parents of high school kids, that if you just keep saying no, 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 with anything, it becomes so interesting.
What are your, what's next for you? I know I would love to be able to set up more podcasts with you on specific topics.
Absolutely.
And also to talk with your patient that you helped.
And I can all different subjects. I have an MS clique, women with MS who they get together and have lunch periodically, talk about their plaques, talk about their weed. And they become good friends. And my Parkinson's people, I all send to a Rocksteady Gym. It's a program designed in Indiana and based on Muhammad Ali, and getting people to move together. People who are disabled moving together. Like, what could be better?
I can't think of anything. Moving together, but with a blunt in our mouths. I think that's great. Yeah.
After the gym, they can relax.
I got to tell you, I'm going to reach out and I want you to hold on for a minute.
Okay.
I want to thank you for coming on today. We will be having you on. I'd like to schedule next month and then keep the conversation going.
Okay.
We'll set up a conference call to discuss topics. Okay. I know. Oh my God, look at back there. I swear to God.
You haven't seen my weed plants. You want to see them?
Yeah, let's see those real quick. Let's see what you got.
I only have 3. A patient gave them to me last week because I'm not from the gifted program in plants.
Definitely, you could grow some beautiful plants. They're very hardy.
If not, he gifts me anyway. I have a patient who was a college professor, and his fantasy was when he retires to grow weed.
Right.
So now he grows and he makes a hash. So you'll have to come sample his hash because he's very proud, and you'll get to meet him.
Excellent.
So these are my baby plants. Let's see.
You could turn, Oh, wow. There you go.
We got 1. We got 2.
Oh, wow.
Can you see this one?
Yeah, I see.
Okay. And we got number 3 right over here.
I see it. I see it. Move it a little bit over more to the down. Yeah, I got to show you how to. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yay.
Oh, yeah, you're in a bed state. Yeah, you're going to have a great time. Your home is beautiful.
Thank
I
you.
want to.
You know what? It's little, it's small, but I've never been happier in my life.
Well, I hope that happiness lasts till we go to our next lives and then do it again.
Ooh, ooh,
That's what I'm
you
talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Oh,
absolutely.
let me ask you. I'll commit right now. I know I could come up to Bedford. I'll definitely set up in the next 2 weeks to come up to
Okay,
Bedford.
that would be great.
Oh, as a matter of fact, is Wallkill near you?
Where?
Wallkill.
No,
No, right?
I've heard the name, but no.
Yeah. Oh, and it's near Newburgh.
Newburgh's about an hour away.
Oh, yeah. So I would be able to get to you when I'm up there
Okay.
and June 29th, between the 29th and July 5th.
Okay.
So yeah, I could do that.
All right.
Because I'll already be there.
We'll put in a date and have some fun.
I love it. Again, thank you so much, Lynn. I want to, Dr. Lynn Parodneck, you can find her at drlynnparodneck.com. She offers, wow, just a cornucopia of health and wellness services that you really need to reach out to her and find out what's customizable for you to help you not only be a good consumer, be a good product, be a good smart consumer of product.
And also dump some big pharma stuff if possible.
Yeah. Let's go organic. I'm always organic and natural. So thank you so much, my love. And
Thank
I
you,
want to
Papa
thank
Jukes.
you. I want to and what's your dog's name?
Oh, this is Harry. Harry, come here. He's
Yeah,
a
let's see
chocolate
Harry.
lab. Let's
Oh.
come here, Harry. Say hello. Come on.
Oh, look at him.
And then we got her. Say hello, Rosie.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Yes.
we're going to meet some beautiful dogs, man. I'm loving it. Harry and Rosie.
And
All right.
actually, Harry was my grandfather and Rosie was his sister.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're keeping the bloodlines close.
Oh, yeah. And the next one will be Meyer, their brother.
Okay. All right. I love it. I can't wait to see you.
Me
It
too.
was such a pleasure talking to you. Everyone, again, you can reach out to her on IG, LinkedIn, Dr. Lynn Parodneck at drlynnparodneck.com. Thank you so much to all my sponsors and guests. And remember to relax, relate, and release.
And enjoy.
Bye. And
Thank
enjoy.
you.
Bye, Harry. Bye, Rosie.
He's wishing you a nice day. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.